Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. A YouTuber who's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975. It's Wednesday, excuse me. I've just got back from work. I'm off a few days. Today it's Miller Draft, because it's Miller time. Again, much like Coors Light, I must be one of the only English blokes who likes Miller time. It's alright, I like it. Anyway, you read the question and you're thinking, well, we know you like to have a little bit of a talky vloggy, video on Wednesday. What the fuck is that, Dave? And to be fair, I don't really blame you for thinking that. Something a little bit different? Yeah, pretty much. But what are your 5 favourite crisps? Tell me what your 5 favourite crisps are. By that I mean, you know, obviously a specific type of crisps, but you can only have one flavour. Or, you know, for you in North America who really don't get the concept of crisps, potato chips. Sorry. Yeah, so if you like, say, I don't know, for those of you in North America, Lay's, then you can only have one Lay's flavour. If you like Doritos, you can only have one Doritos flavour. Yeah, this sounds really, really out of left field and really, really stupid. But there's a reason I'm asking this, because I currently have, based upon, those of you who are on Facebook and follow me on Facebook, it's Lawn Boys space post, but I guess it's soon to be back to Dave Wade because of this bullshit that Facebook is doing, which is you have to use your real name, because if you don't, then you could be trolling, even though to have your not real name, you have to have your real information. And there's people who've used these names for real, and there are people now out there who've had their name forcibly changed when it was their real name, and there's even people out there who've had to use like proof of passport, or you know, driving license, that was their real name. I know trolling is big in social media land and stuff like this, but didn't Facebook do this a few years ago, and then we're kind of forced to drop it because of the huge backlash which is there again right now? I think right now, I could be wrong, people, so let me know. That you just have to be forcibly, are forced to change your name, but at the start, when people get in their accounts suspended or stuff, or losing them completely. Anyway, never mind. Long waffle. If you follow me on Facebook, you will know that I'm quite a fan of crisps. Yeah, I'm not saying they're the healthiest thing ever. You know, I'm quite a fan of Marmite, and you know, I'm quite a fan of amazingly stupid sandwiches, often involving crisps and or Marmite. By the way, that's not everything I eat, that's not my entire diet, but if I make something for a bit of a laugh, I'll put it up and I'll share it, because it's fun to share, you know, products that you have that other people don't. I mean, I think single-handedly I've got half of North America addicted to Marmite. Marmite's a stipulation in the crisp challenge. But yeah, so I actually have an inbox on YouTube, which I can actually now know how to use, but it's still clunky as hell, and I prefer to use my Facebook inbox because, well, the YouTube one, while I wouldn't say back to normal, it's still just not what it was. It was perfect in simplicity, and often in many cases used more than my email was. But yeah, people are asking me to recommend, you know, obviously people from outside the country, to recommend, you know, British chips, you know, because I'm not doing this as a them or us, but let's be honest, we have a far wider variety of crisps and flavours of crisp in the United Kingdom. So yeah, so I thought, well, instead of recommend, I would do my 5 favourite in no particular order and tell you why they are my favourite. And a lot of the time it's actually nostalgia based. Now, they might surprise you if you're actually from the UK and know sort of crisps I eat, but if I had to pin it down to 5, it would be these. Now, you're probably going to say, well, isn't Marmite your favourite? Well, Marmite crisp is a very, very recent crisp, and not only because I put it on a pedestal as one of the greatest crisps in the world, because it's such a recent crisp, and all of these are kind of, you know, in some way, well, most of them, no, all of them are related to being released in my childhood. Obviously my title is 1975 to put that into perspective to new subscribers. So yeah, I thought I'd do in no particular order my 5 favourite crisps and flavour of that crisp. So first of all, we're going to have to go with the classic, because I do think everyone should have a classic on their top 5, and it would be prawn cocktail flavour Walkers. My mouth's gone already. This is a terrible idea for a video, but I stand by it. I stand by it. Walkers are obviously, they make many. Uzi there, Miller. I guess it's not Miller time. I make probably the widest variety of flavours of crisps in the United Kingdom, and in North America, and also in Eastern Europe. You'll recognise that looks suspiciously like the Lay's logo. Well, that's because PepsiCo bought out Walkers, which are, you know, an old school crisp manufacturer in this country, and they also own, you know, Lay's. So, but because Walkers is such a well-known brand in this country, they feared changing it would cause a backlash. But obviously, it has the Lay's logo. I absolutely love and adore these. You know, you got your Worcester sauce, your roast chicken, but they give me indigestion, as do the bacon ones. So it might surprise you that there's a bacon flavour or flavour crisp in this top 5. They do, you know, cheese and onion, they do everything, which is weird. I hated cheese and onion as a kid, but love it as an adult. But the reason I like these is to just a really strong, flavoursome, you know, crisp. And I have a memory attached to this, that when I used to live in Canada, and I used to get these mailed over to me. I used to get crisp packages mailed over to me, and Marmite packages. And there was a girl in the office who just flat out refused for years to try these. Well, in fact, never tried them. She just went, I'm not eating a fishy crisp. And you're like, no. Prawn cocktail is basically the sauce. Think mayonnaise mixed with, you know, tomato sauce. And I got other people to try it, and they were like, holy shit. And the smell alone, well, if the smell of this doesn't make you hungry, then your taste buds are dead. So prawn cocktail, probably my favourite, you know, staple, well, is my favourite staple flavour of Walkers. I would open it to show you the bag, but there's no point because they just look like standard crisps or chips. Now, carrying on with the fishy theme, these ones, another one that I actually remember when this flavour came out. Scampi and lemon flavour knickknacks. Now, knickknacks have nice and spicy. They have spare rib, and I forget what the other one was. But these, I remember when these were released, and it was a big deal. We were on holiday in Blue Anchor Bay, so when we used to go on holidays to that stationary caravan, which is just down the road from Minehead, which is that amazing location of that arcade I always talk about. And you could get the other flavours, and I just remember we used to ride our bikes that our dad bought on the roof rack of the car around this campsite, and we used to ride up to the, you know, with our pocket money to the camp shop. And I remember my brother saw this, yeah, my older brother and myself weren't with him at the time, and he came riding back to their caravan with only one bag, because that's all he could afford, and he was just like, you won't fucking believe, or he didn't because he was very young then, he probably said, you won't freaking believe, because his balls haven't dropped yet, sorry Ian, what I've just seen in the camp shop. And you know how that things are with kids, you know, I've just seen the Terrence and Phillip movie, who wants to fucking touch me? He went like that, and we were just like, oh, scampi and lemon flavour knickknacks. To those of you who've never had them and think they sound disgusting, they're absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Oh, not only do they smell like scampi, and that's just a smell orgasm, and they're like knobbly little crisps, you know. The texture's really interesting. Look at this, breakfast of champions, crisps, a Miller. If I open any more of these, don't worry, I will eat them. I'll just pour them into a bowl and have an awesome snackage for a game or something. These, not only because I remember them from my childhood being such a big deal. And I remember all the kids at school when I heard that they first came out with it was like, scampi and lemon flavoured knickknacks. And when you had your like first break at school, which would be when you ate your bag of crisps from your lunchbox, you had a packed lunch like me, you'd have your sandwiches at lunchtime, but you have your only bag of crisps at first break. And when people pulled these out, they don't used to do this when you were really young, which used to go up to someone else with a bag of crisps at school and just go, one for one, and you would swap one crisp for another crisp. I guess you were technically, you know, sampling the market. Oh, just stop right there. Oh, no, we're wrong. Right, final venture into fishy goodness. By the way, the point of this is, people in other countries, the whole thing would be great, would be to name your crisps and stuff, because obviously there are places on the internet now where you can import all these crisps from other countries and stuff. And that was the whole point. I should have mentioned at the start, which is, could be really interesting for those of us to not know about any of these things, to get exposed to all these great other varieties of crisps. I'm basically like Gordon Ramsaying a cooking program now here, but explore, push and explore your palette of crisps. These are called fish and chips, and they're actually savoury biscuits. My mouth's gone bananas. Think like savoury cheese snacks you get at Christmas if you're not from United Kingdom. My first memory of these, and they used to make one called chicken and chips, but they weren't as popular. My first memory of these is when they were released. Now it's secondary school, so I think that would have been at some point when they kicked in. I've not researched any of this because I thought, what's the point? Let's try and do it. Let's wing it from memory for nostalgia. And they were in red bags then, and you used to buy them for 10p. They were in bigger bags. This is a multi-pack bag, so, which was £1, and I get 5. Fucking. And yeah, and this was like basically the school couldn't keep up with the demand because one person got voted to be the pool for you and your 4 other mates. It's just gone in my cut. Oh motherfucker! To do the line out in the tuck shop, and you would waste of your 15 minutes first break. Cause that's why we did it. Only one person had to sacrifice their break for the better of all the other mates, and it was a rota, so no one got shafted. And they sold Viscounts as well. Do they still make Viscounts? And this was just the #1 choice of everyone. And so you got 2 types. They obviously both taste the same. You got 2 types of biscuits, which is you got your fish shaped one, which as a kid I remember just eating all the fish ones. No, eating all the chip ones and then saving the fish ones because I had a whole bag of them because I just preferred them. And having them as a little treat later on. Oh Christ alive, this is probably the worst thing to eat for breakfast as an idea, but. And then you got your chip ones. Obviously potato chips, as in chips made out of potato, not potato chips as in American crisps made out of potato. Never mind. I don't know how easy these are, because some of these must be available in not off these websites, but so I'm talking my mouth full, in import stores and stuff, knocking around in various countries of the world. Oh, that's right. There's my last 2. All the salt is making me want to cane this. Again, another 2 from my childhood. These are now marketed as a healthy crisp. And that would be Walker's French fries. There are 4 other flavours. There's plain. No, 3 other flavours. There's plain. I've never been a fan of ready salt. I don't see the point of eating crisps that don't have flavour. There is cheese and onion, and there are Worcester sauce, which are absolutely amazing. But I'm just a salt and vinegar whore, and the stronger the better, because a good salt and vinegar crisp. My mouth's gone bananas, because if you eat loads of them, then you actually go numb there. And if you eat loads and loads of them, then your skin will actually blister. It's gone in my other cup. Oh, motherfucker. That's probably not something to promote, but these are just, I loved these as a kid, because we used to pretend, because fish and chips, real fish and chips were just a proper treat. And the tuck shop sold these as well. Excuse me. Who remembers the tuck shop at school? Oh, so many memories. And so we used to pour them onto a plate and just pretend we're having chips. Oh, it's got strong salt vinegar. Yeah, look, marketed as a healthy crisp because they're only 79 calories or 331 kilojoules per bag. But the thing is, that's relatively low. But I can take a 6-pack of these, buy them from the pound shop, and by the time I've driven 2.5 minutes later in my car, eaten them all. Interesting to see anyone else who has it's one of their favourite entries. Which flavour are you going for? Now, this is an absolute classic. Bacon flavour wheat crunchies. So many brands cannot pull off bacon. You just get massive indigestion and your belches just taste like bacon for the rest of the day. From one bag. Not even real bacon does that to me. They make a number of flavours as well, including, anyone else remember in the mid-90s? Remember you used to eat them when I watched The Word. Oh, I don't remember that show. They did a limited edition tomato and mayonnaise flavour. There was some special chemical in it that they advertised on the bag, which might be why it only came out for 6 months and we never saw it again. Those bad boys were just the dog's bollocks, but we no longer get them. I just love the fact that they're tubes and they're really, really crunchy. And the bacon, it works. And again, much like all these crisps, they're just part of my childhood. I remember when the brand, excuse me, terrible manners, Wheat Crunchies was actually released. You know, it's weird that I remember so many launches of crisps and the marketing campaigns on TV and stuff like that. But who makes these? Same people who make knickknacks. Because there's two main crisp manufacturers. There's Walker's and there's Smith's and there's KP. But then Walker's bought out Smith's, and while Smith's still take crisps, Walker's took all their popular crisps. It's kind of like BMW fucking over the Mini, and then just changed it to, you know, Walker's Salt and Shake, Walker's, square crisps, even though they were Smith's. And then it actually has a cheeky little thing on the front that says formerly Smith's. But I remember when these came out. Sorry, at the time, they were advertised as a healthy crisp, and they were just, I guess with all these things, why I have such strong memories of them and nostalgia, not only because they came out as me being a kid, but they were treats like when we were on holiday in the caravan and the chalet and stuff like that, and also because they were available in the tuck shop, or they were something that we would have in our first break at school. Or also we would get, you know, my mum would let me and my brothers have like one fun sized packet of crisps a day, so we'd come home from school and we watched children's, you know, TV in the late afternoon, and we'd be allowed to have the treat of one bag of crisps, and it was always one of these. So, you know, I just thought it'd be a bit of fun there. For those of you, even, you know, everywhere, what is your favourite crisp? Who makes it? And what flavour of that crisp? Because you can only have one flavour of each crisp. And let's just spread some love and, you know, and see what people got, so we can get out there and try some stuff we probably don't even know exists. Anyway, just a quick one more thing I want to say. Burhan and the Boy is Thursday night. We've moved it because the Untitled movie show has moved back to Wednesday, because Miguel's schedule, or as he likes to say, schedule, has changed. But I'm absolutely over the moon with this, because it means, sorry, Windy Pops. No, it doesn't mean that. It means I can jump back on it, because it was, you know, one of the highlights of my Wednesdays, and I love and adore the Untitled movie show, and I'll put a link to it. It's on the Unlim network. Really recommend you go and check it out. But as always, and we're going to talk about crisps in Burhan and the Boy, leave any questions you have for that. You want to be a guest, let us know. And the other question I want to quickly mention is, based on what happened today with how we deal with cold phone callers who refuse to accept no when you don't want to listen to them, we've got this trick to piss them off so much, if they, you know, won't let us tell them to say piss off, we're not interested, that they phone back now to insult us. So you know you're doing something right. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, but what do you do to deal with nuisance callers? Anyway, that was just my pointless, really pointless by my standards, Wednesday vloggy video. So as always, you know, what are your favourite crisps? And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. I got a bunch of crisps to eat now.